All right, everyone, I'm back. Sorry if you were watching this on demand on YouTube, that it's a two-parter pre-stream. It's because my mic died right in the middle of the pre-stream, which doesn't usually happen, but it happens every once in a while. It's annoying. I had to restart the stream entirely, so if you're watching live on stream, welcome back. It is what it is. By the way, because some people are asking in the stream chat about this, it's 100% a software issue. What I mean by that is, when my mic dies, it has nothing to do with my hardware setup at all. I know because I don't have to touch the hardware to even get it to work again. All I need to do is simply close OBS and then reopen OBS again, and the whole thing works easily. So it just proves it has nothing whatsoever to do with hardware setup. The hardware's not dying. You know, I'm actually quite pleased because this hardware that I've been using for my mic, I've been using since 2015. So we're talking 6 straight years every day, and I haven't had a single issue with it. It's only the software that seems to crash. I would assume it's a Windows driver issue, but if it's not, it's just got to be OBS itself, and there's not much you can really do about that. You know, just restart the software and get it to work again. Anyway, apologies that the mic died. Now let's get back to what I was saying, all right? Because this is actually kind of important, all right? So everyone, this week my day off is Tuesday, as I stated. For the next couple of weeks, so we're talking probably until mid to late September, my days off are going to be very weird, all right? I need to forewarn you, because usually my day off has always been a Tuesday for like the past couple of months, and, you know, before then it was kind of like a weekend day. My days off are going to be sporadic and weird, and there's a couple of reasons why this is going to happen, okay? First of all, we've been trying to go to a doctor's appointment for like a month, and every time that we've been trying to go, something screws it up, and we have to reschedule it. Well, finally, the doctor's appointment is finally coming up, and we're definitely going this time. We're having no more excuses. And by the way, when you say, well, what would make you reschedule? Various things. Sometimes it was my wife's work schedule, which changed out of nowhere, which frustrated us, amongst other things that happened behind the scenes that have nothing to do with me or my streams. You don't need to know about it. It's just frustrating. With American healthcare, you can't just walk into a doctor whenever you want. You have to make an appointment like weeks and weeks ahead of time, and then if something makes you reschedule, you end up having to reschedule like for 3 weeks out. So this has happened to us like 2-3 times, and finally we put our foot down. We're like, screw this, we're going. But that means that essentially my schedule is going to get kind of thrown into a weird thing. In addition to that, my wife's birthday is coming up, and we're going to have a day where we're going to go out to celebrate her birthday. We're going to go to a restaurant that she wants to go to, specifically for her birthday. And because of that, that day also is kind of, it's not in line with my normal schedule. So you're going to see for the next couple of weeks, there's going to be some weird and extra days off that is not in line with what I usually do. In fact, just to give you some perspective, so this Tuesday I'm off, then I believe I'm streaming 4 days, and don't quote me on this because it may change, but I think I'm streaming for 4 straight days, but then I'm taking another day off on like a Sunday, which I know is very weird. I never take Sundays off, but I might have a Sunday off, and then I think I'm going to be streaming for like 3 days, and then I think I have another day off. But then after that, I think I go more in line with a normal schedule, okay? I think. So it's going to be weird. It's going to be like day off, stream a few days, day off, stream a few days, but then it might be a week where I stream like a week and a half with no break, you see? I'll let you know when I have more information about this. All right? Exactly, you know, specific days and everything. But I just need to let you know ahead of time because I know some people will be like, oh, Phil's just not here on Tuesdays, right? No, actually, it's completely different. For the next couple of weeks, there will be different days off that are going to be moving around until we get back into a semi-settled schedule. I believe it's actually the second half of September. Things will kind of get back to a normal set schedule again. Okay? But as you guys know, I let you know way ahead of time. I post up on my Twitter every night the updated schedule. I talk about it on pre-stream. So hopefully the word will get out and people won't be showing up on days when I'm not here and be like, where's Phil, man? I hope that doesn't happen, obviously. Okay. So, ladies and gents, good stuff coming up. Again, thank you for chilling with me today. Thanks for hanging out on the streams. I really appreciate it. I am an independent content creator. I do not have any partnerships or affiliation with any other company. I don't have any sponsorships. I'm a man alone on an island, as they say. I do my own thing. I march to the beat of my own drum, and I definitely do things a lot differently than most other content creators who do this for a living, okay? I think you would all agree there when you watch my stuff versus the stuff that other people put out. It's pretty different, all right? But I've been doing this for 13 years. I've been doing it for a job for about 10, 11. I absolutely love what I do. I love our interactive streams. I love gaming. It's my lifelong passion, my hobby, something that I always want to do for the rest of my life. I really enjoy this, and I'm happy that I get to do this for a living because of you guys, because you crowdfund my efforts to continue to do what I love. And I'm eternally grateful for that. You know, every day I get to sit down, play video games, share that experience with you guys, have fun conversation, and we have a good time together, and you guys support that effort. Thank you so much for that, okay? That being said, all right, I'm not asking during a live stream for anyone who's watching to go above and beyond their means or to contribute if you can't afford it, or if you're not comfortable doing it. All right, the way that crowdfunding works is very simple. A lot of people who like what they're watching support it by giving very little. You know, oh man, I'm enjoying Phil's stream today. I'll give him a $1 tip. It adds up and it works out that way. That's how it works. No one's going crazy here, because I get the feeling that some people think, oh, well, the only way that you can be successful, someone like Phil, you got to have like 2 people who come in and drop like hundreds of dollars a day. That's not the case at all. It couldn't be more further from the truth, okay? And that's why whether you can't give it all, whether you tip or do a super chat for like $1, or maybe one day you come in here and you do something huge, it's all appreciated. It all helps. I don't want anyone to ever feel like, oh man, I feel guilty. I can't contribute to Phil because I love his content, but I can't. No, that's not what this is about. That's not what it ever has been about. It's about having fun with games and having a fun social experience, period. And I feel that if I'm putting out enough of a meaningful, entertaining experience for you, that those who can contribute will, and will keep it going. Okay? So thank you in advance to anyone who contributes in any way during the stream. Please know that if you do, I will go out of my way to give you a shout out to say thank you, because I am appreciative of every single contribution that comes in. The only exception would be if someone does come in here saying pretty negative, nasty, disgusting stuff, breaking the rules, being insulting, etc. Obviously, I'm not going to address that crap. And I will say this too, guys. A lot of the times, someone will come in and do something like that, and then people will be like, Phil, why didn't you address that super chat? Why didn't you address that tip? That's why. All right, so you don't have to question it. I've been around the block. I've been doing this for a very long time. I know what I'm doing. All right, please trust me. Fair enough? Okay, good. Now, let's talk about ways that you can contribute. We've already talked about becoming a channel member. I'm not going to go into detail about that again. I think you guys know the value of that, especially because if we get another 24 members, we'll be doing a fun marathon with a new Feasting with the King. Okay? You can do a super chat or a super sticker. Either of those ways are ways that you can contribute through YouTube itself. And if you do, you'll get a highlighted message in the chat room. I will also shout out that message and give you a thank you. So that's a good way to contribute. If you either do a membership or a super chat, you will actually be helping me in the long term. You help with the long-term health and support of this channel, okay? If you want to help me in the short term, the best way to contribute is by tipping me. When you tip me, those are funds I get immediately that I can put towards important things right now, like bills at the end of the month and first week of the month that come up. Your tips 100% are going to be helping me with that right now, okay? Since tips are so important, I actually have reward tiers in place for when we hit certain tip milestones on a stream. If we raise $50 in tips, I'll put on a pair of Gunner glasses. If we raise $100 in tips, you guys get to pick a vest of your choice. Vests today include the blue, the platinum, the denim, and the camo. Surprisingly enough, last night, I had both the platinum vest and the military hat eligible, and we did not hit the tips goals, which shocked me. So it would be great if today we could make up for some of that, because I couldn't believe that last night's stream we didn't hit the goals with the things that were in place. The people claim, oh, Phil, if you'll hit the goals every time if you have the things people want in place for the rewards, and then we don't hit it. So, funny how that works, huh? So anyway, yes, those vests are in effect today. Now, in addition, if we hit the full tips goal of $150, all right, if we do that, I'll be wearing a hat. And today's hats are as follows: the digital camo, the military, the camo boonie hat, or the cowboy hat. Why those? Because I wore the frosted tips yesterday at the end of the Fallout stream, so that one is not eligible for today. So the other 4 are now in rotation. Fair enough? Okay, cool. So, yes, guys, please, if you want to support me, please tip me today. I really, especially with coming up, I need the help. It hasn't been spectacular around here. We've had some pretty slow days in the last couple of weeks. In addition to that, I had $200 of chargebacks the other day that are in limbo right now with PayPal. I don't know if I'm going to win those or not. And PayPal could sit on those for weeks to months before they make a ruling. It really sucks ass. I wish that, that didn't happen, but it came out of nowhere. And so tipping me right now would obviously help to offset that as well, since there's been this fucking asshole kind of screwing with me behind the scenes. I would appreciate the help, okay? So, again, thank you in advance for any contributions, guys. Let's have a great stream. Now, news-wise, I did check gaming news this morning, and there's not a heck of a lot going on. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's just not. I'm taking a look at everything, and really the only major story that I'm seeing is that people are reacting to the Call of Duty Vanguard Alpha that is now live on PlayStation consoles, which I'm going to be checking out tonight. And quite frankly, the response is not very positive. All right, just being honest. People are basically saying that it's very underwhelming. The game doesn't even look as good as Black Ops Cold War did. Of course, keep in mind, you got to keep this in mind. All right. This game is an alpha, which I think is kind of a double-edged sword here for the makers of the game, because they wanted to get something out there as a playable build to at least get people to start get hyped for it, because there's been zero build-up for this game because of all the shit going on at Activision Blizzard. It's really stabbing them in the foot that this shit is going on when they're trying to pump up and hype up a new Call of Duty. So they got this game out in an alpha build that's not even representative of what the final game's going to look like. And people are basically kind of slamming it and saying the game looks like shit. Like, wow, look, the graphics have, like, no detail to them. The lighting is bad. Like, I'm looking on social media, people are just, like, destroying it. They're like, man, this game does not look good. This is not the year for Call of Duty. It might be the year that, either Battlefield, Halo, or both overtake Call of Duty. We'll judge together tonight. We will. We'll judge together tonight on the late stream. But, I agree. Like, the game's supposed to come out in, like, 2 months, right? Isn't it coming out in October? I think it's coming out in October, if not November. But when you have 2 months out from a game's launch, and you're releasing alphas that look like shit, while your company is being publicly bashed for mistreating its employees, there's some major problems here. Although I do agree with Froggy the Kid in chat. He says, yeah, everyone crying will buy it anyway. Here's the thing. There is a large, not a small or even medium size, there is a large group of content creators out there, okay? They rely on Call of Duty every year to have content. All right? They do. They absolutely 100% rely on a new Call of Duty every year, and they go through this cycle. The cycle is as follows. Oh my god, I hate this Call of Duty game. It sucks ass. I can't wait for the new one to come out. Then information about the new one starts to come out, and they say, wow, this is the best Call of Duty ever. The graphics are amazing. The gameplay improvements are cool. I can't wait to play it. Then the game comes out, and for like 4 months, it's, wow, this game's amazing. Look at all the content I can make with this game, everyone. Check out my streams. Check out my videos. And then all of a sudden, after a few months into the game, wow, this game sucks, man. This is the worst Call of Duty ever. Now that we played it for a while, man, this game is terrible. I hate it. They really fucked it up. I can't wait for the new one to come out because I need something new to play. And then when the new one starts, the new one's announced. Oh my god, it's the best Call of Duty ever. I can't wait to play the new one. It's hype. Look at the graphics. They do this every year. Seriously, these content creators do the same cycle every fucking year. And for some reason, people are dumb enough to fall for it. Like, at some point, you have to kind of say, wait a minute. Maybe, just maybe, each Call of Duty is not the best Call of Duty ever. And maybe they're fucking with us to get us to watch their shitty content. Okay? I'm just saying. So, maybe you shouldn't believe people who all they do is play military shooters when they're playing military shooters and praising the fuck out of them. Right? It's pretty ridiculous. So, I'm curious because now it seems like the public backlash against Vanguard is prevalent. And I'm wondering, will we actually see a movement now of content creators who will just buy Battlefield and buy Halo and play those and not play Vanguard? Or, as Froggy the Kid just suggested, maybe they're all full of shit and they're all going to end up buying it and playing the fuck out of it anyway because they need content and they Unlike someone who does a variety of stuff or really has a social experience with their viewership, those kind of content creators really focus in on high-level competitive style gameplay, trick shots, trick kills. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always see, oh, look, in the new Warzone, here's where I got crazy, crazy headshot streak and blah, 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 stuff like that. They need that to be pertinent. If they don't have that, then they have nothing to put out there. So, to them, they may end up having to play the game regardless, you see. But at the same time, like I said, this year being a year where there's major competition, maybe not. Maybe this is the year where if Vanguard really does stink, they don't, no one has to play it. We have other viable options. Then again, who's to say that Battlefield and Halo are going to be good? Like, we don't know yet, We really don't know yet. So, let's give it a shot tonight. Like I said, we're going to play the Vanguard Alpha tonight. We're going to see if it's any good for ourselves. I'll make my judgments. I'll let you know what I think. And we'll go from there. Okay? Okay, then. Good. Outside of that, I really don't have a heck of a lot to talk about today. So I think we'll get right into shout-outs. Sound good? Okay. So we start off with a super chatter. Hum-huh. Did a $2 super chat and says, glad you'll be spending some days off, my dude. Yeah, first of all, I do need the days off. I'll be honest, I want to spend more time with my wife. And the fact that it is my wife's birthday coming up, I told her, absolutely, we're doing something for your birthday. I don't even care. You know what I mean? Like, we're definitely doing something for your birthday. I don't even care about the schedule or nothing. It's more important to me to spend time with my wife an extra day for her birthday than anything else. So we are, okay? I wish we could have more time. Like I said, one thing we've wanted to do for a long time is to go to the zoo. For 2 years, we wanted to plan a zoo trip. The problem is the zoo's about an hour away. So it would mean 2 hours of driving, plus trying to figure out how to do all the other stuff that we need to do on our day off, like grocery shopping, getting supplies for the house, running errands, appointments, etc. And likely it's not possible, meaning we would have to take like 2 days off, and we just haven't been able to do it. A day that I don't stream is a day I make no money. It's that simple. When you're self-employed, that's how it works. So the fact that money is already incredibly tight for me, how do I take a day off, an extra day off, right? Back to back, and have 2 days off in a row when it wouldn't even be viable, you see? So I haven't been able to do it. But we are, like I said, we're going to have 1 day off this Tuesday, and then probably, I believe it's that Sunday coming up, we're going to have a second day off within the same week. So, yeah, it's going to be like 1 extra day I'm going to be able to have off in the next month. But like I said, then what might be happening later on in September is that I might have a week and a half where I'm streaming straight without a day off. Like, I may have no break in there at some point. So we'll have to see how it works out. Okay. Let's get to tips. Anso Kamaru is the first tipper of the day with a $4.20 tip. Let's get that on the leaderboard, and then we'll see what he has to say. There we go. Whoops. Very nice. Okay, he says, 10 plus successful runs later, I have finally seen the ending credits of Hades. I didn't even know that they had them. Thanks for getting me into that game again by starting your own playthrough. I hope that you will see it someday. Have fun with your stream today. Thank you, Anso Kamaru. Yeah, I really like Hades, but like I said, I knew when I started playing it there wasn't going to be hype around it because the game's old. Like, the game was out on PC fully for over a year. The game technically came out in 2018, if you can believe it. It's been out in, like, early alpha and shit since 2018. So I knew when I started playing it, it wasn't going to get giant following and giant support. That's why I'm playing it the way I am, where I try to squeeze it in for a stream or two here or there, a couple of hours. And I'm okay with that. I'm in no rush to make progress or finish the game. I do feel that it's a game that you can kind of play at your own pace because you're always making progress, which is a great thing. So far, even though I've had, like, sometimes even a week between sessions, I haven't really gotten so rusty that I suck and I'm not doing well, so that's a good thing. And I am looking forward to more. I want to play it. I want to see it. I want to see the ending, but I don't know how long it's going to take. It could take a very long time depending on how long the game really is. Alrighty then. Okay. Alice Telemann. has tipped me $1.50. He says, in the middle of the Street Fighter stream from last night, good efforts with Zangief there. Is 015's Balrog better than yours in an offline game, or do you think he's an old school player? The question really is not, is he better than me in an offline game at all? Because there's no way to tell that. I'm telling you, and a lot of people just don't understand it. Playing Street Fighter offline versus online is two completely different things. I mean that. When you're playing online, you very much can use matchup knowledge and pattern play and that kind of stuff to win. But when you're playing offline, there's a whole different element of actually reacting to what the enemy is doing in a timely manner and being able to counter it. So I'll give you an example here, all right? When I play online, you may notice I actually don't use characters such as Ryu, Ken, Sagat, or characters who have dragon punches. I don't usually use them that much online. I'll use them to some extent, but not an excessive amount. You may wonder why. It's because those characters actually are played more in a way where you react to what your opponent is doing while you're trying to basically zone them. Online is almost impossible to do that, especially in this collection that I play every week. There's just so much added delay that half the time I'll say, okay, I'll give you an example. I'm fighting Balrog. He's doing that mid-screen low dash punch that's incredibly good. One of the best moves in the game by far. If you have a character with a Shoryuken, essentially that dash punch is useless. Because the moment he does it, you can do Shoryuken, and even if you miss, you're invincible at the startup frames of a Shoryuken. He can't hit you with that dash punch, which gives you advantage even if you miss. But online, actually timing a Shoryuken to come out in reaction to a dash punch you're seeing come out on the screen is impossible. You need to predict he's going to do it and do the input early. Do you see what I'm saying? So, this 015 player who plays Balrog is very good. I can tell you, he has matchup knowledge. He knows really good strategies with the character. He has combo knowledge. I've seen him pull off some impressive combos, like 2 normals into a dash punch that dizzy. He's actually done the combo into super, which I actually used to do the combo into super all the time until I started playing these games online, and then I just stopped bothering with it because it doesn't consistently come out, okay? But, yeah, I've seen him do some really impressive stuff, okay? But all we've basically seen is his end. I don't know if we were to play offline if he would be doing as well as offline as online, because I might be able to react to the stuff he's doing more effectively. By the way, you know, those Zangief matches yesterday were great, but I could not get my fucking spinning pile driver out. Like, I'm not even kidding. 50% of the time the game would give me green hand, which is not the same motion. The game is so bad online, it frequently drops input so much that you're trying to do a complex motion and it gives you half the motion. It's very frustrating. And so offline could be a completely different situation. The other thing, though, is, this is what people don't realize, people adapt a lot when you play the same matchup a bit. So, for example, we could sit down and play offline 2 matches, and I dominate the guy, but then he reacts and learns, and now next thing you know, he learned what was going on, he adapts, and now he beats my ass. That's the fun part about fighting games, man, is that it's not always the same situation. It's not a calculated outcome or on paper style outcome. You know, it's funny because you watch these matchup, right? The Balrog Zangief match is a 7-3 matchup. It doesn't mean shit. It just means that yes, the match is in favor of Balrog, but it doesn't mean that someone who's skilled with Zangief cannot win the match. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's so many factors that go into it. So ultimately, can I say if this 015 guy is better or worse than me in an offline game? No, I can't even say that at all. I haven't even seen him play offline. You know what I mean? And I'll be honest, some of the stuff he was doing was 100% online aided. When he was doing those throw loops, that shit is impossible to break online. You could just walk back and forth with Balrog all day and do throw loops, and you can't really break out of it because in order to get out of it in offline, you need to have like ridiculously good timing. You need to time a reversal or an interruption move absolutely perfectly in order to break out of the loop. That is not possible online. It's basically a free win. Like, I remember the last match I did against the guy was frustrated because he basically cheesed it out. I was beating his ass with Blanca, And he got frustrated that I was beating him with Blanca because he didn't know the matchup. So he literally just walked back and forth and cheesed with the throw, knowing that I can't break out of it online. It's bullshit. It's an easy way out, you know. It's one thing if it's like a tournament play. This is a casual match and the guy's fucking going all in to try to win. Like he's trying to prove a point. And that does frustrate me because he knows better than that. Like he knows that he should know the matchups better. And he's basically using this cheesy way to win. But again, you know, offline, all bets are off. Very well, he could beat my ass, or I could beat his ass, or it could go even, and there's no way to tell until you actually get to that environment. But I absolutely will credit the guy. He's good. 015 is a good Balrog player. He knows his shit. He knows great strategies. He knows combos, you know. Like, I didn't see anything in his gameplay that was like he doesn't know what he's doing. He's making major mistakes or anything like that. You see what I'm saying? It's pretty entertaining playing the guy. And I love matchups like that. People ask me every week, why do you put up with the laggy Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection? Why do you put up with it if you know it's bad? That's why, because I get to play guys like 015. Because you know what? I will say this. Here. When I get to play someone like 015 who actually has a lot of skill, it actually gives me a nostalgic feeling back to my heyday. Back to, you know, the mid-2000s when I was playing Super Turbo at a high level. Back to the days of arcades when I was actually going to, like, East Coast Championships and playing against people on arcade cabinets and having a lot of fun with these games. When you play someone who has a heightened knowledge of a game and you play them at a high level, you get that feeling that the adrenaline starts to pump again. You get the desire to play like, oh, man, I remember back in the day. I really wish that I could play like that again. And you know what? Sadly, those days aren't coming back, man, especially for older games like Super Turbo. You're never going to have an arcade now full of people where there's 5 cabinets of Super Turbo and everyone's going at it. It's not going to happen ever again, right? So basically, you take what you can get. And playing that game once a week, as bad as the collection is, that's the best I can get. And at least I'm finding pretty good players to play like 015. So that's why I do it every week. Okay? There you go. Snow Carl is tipping $1.50. This is where we've seen a dip in tips since the minimum tip increase. That did not happen. If tips are so important, wouldn't it make sense to make it cheaper? No. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. It didn't happen. There hasn't been a dip in tips since the tip increase. You're making things up because you're upset because you don't want to do the $1.50 instead of the $1.30. So I'm just going to say, bullshit. Excuse me. Sexy Carl to the $1.50. So I just played the Call of Duty Alpha. Is hot garbage. Bad graphics. Terrible game mode choice. Boring weapons. Due to the time period, you know, I guess I see what he's saying. Bad weapons due to the time period. And not a great performance of the servers either. Total pass from me. I just uninstalled it. You'll absolutely hate it. You're going to waste time on this stream. Wow. Well, you know what? It is what it is. And if that is the case, let's see for ourselves tonight. And it may be a huge factor determining whether or not I actually end up playing this game. November 5th, someone had said in the stream chat, that's the release date. And by the way, thank you for that, because I'm going to put it into my calendar now. November 5th, right? Here we go. So... And now we know Halo Infinite is December 8th. And Battlefield is October 22nd. Okay. See, that's another major factor. Battlefield's going to be coming out before Call of Duty. So if Battlefield is good, a lot of people may just buy Battlefield first and then say, fuck Call of Duty. So that's like, Call of Duty really is screwed. They're sandwiched between 2 other games. Yeah. Man. Okay. Alright. So, let's see here. Did I get everything? I think I did. Alright, yeah, I did all the shoutouts, guys. So, yeah, I covered all the shoutouts. That's really it. Unless anyone else has anything else, like, does anyone have anything they want to talk about? Any questions? Any, you know, contributions to, you know, anything? Now is the chance before we take a break, because as you know, we go on a break for me to use the restroom. And then I come back and then we jump in. You know, I'm really excited for Psychonauts 2 today. I know it's going to be good. The game, like I said, is one of my favorite games of the year so far. So. Not Swaggin says, did I check the recent community poll? I have not. Let's take a look at it. I have actually not checked it in a while. So let's give it a look. Let's refresh the poll. The poll was posted 4 days ago before my day off, and the poll was as follows. Which upcoming September 2021 release are you anticipating the most? All right. In first place, we have Life is Strange True Colors with 31% of the vote. In second place, we have Lost Judgment with 28% of the vote. In third place, we have Deathloop with 26% of the vote. And in fourth place, Kena Bridge of Spirits with 15%. Now, admittedly, I will tell you I'm shocked about Life is Strange. I don't know if this is a troll vote or not. We currently have 1,700 people who voted on this poll, just so you guys know. For some odd reason, I don't think there's a way to close YouTube polls. Like, I was looking, I was like, how do I get rid of this? And I don't even think I can. All I could do is delete it, but I don't think I can actually close it. So, interesting. But I really do feel like there's some kind of a troll element because most people, you know, they've been slamming Life is Strange, especially the last few games, right? And saying that it's not a great franchise anymore. That Life is Strange 1 was the best, right? That the prequel was terrible and 2 was also bad. I actually liked the other game from the studio that they just made. Tell me why. I thought that was a really good game. You could disagree with me, but I thought it was actually quite good. So, I am excited to see the sequel, or this new one. I guess you could call it Life is Strange 3, although they're calling it True Colors. You know, I am looking forward to it. As you know, narrative-based games, I feel, are some of my best playthroughs. So I am looking forward to that. But Lost Judgment being second place is no shock. I mean, I think we all know that the game's going to be outstanding. The first one was so good. This one's going to probably be even better. It's going to be a fun ongoing playthrough I'll be doing for months, I'm sure, because you know how long those games are. You know, Kena Bridge of Spirits is surprising to me that it's last, and here's why. Number one, it's a PlayStation 5 exclusive. People tend to get more hype for exclusives. And this game's kind of been getting hype on social media. But you know what? I think this might be one of the cases where people on social media are going crazy for it, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to pan out to be a great game. Like, I'll be honest, the stuff that I've seen of it, I'm not blown away. And I could be wrong, but what I've seen of it is kind of like, I don't know why people are so excited for it. You know? But, you know, again, could be wrong. Could end up being an outstanding game. I don't know. We'll have to see. Deathloop, I don't know. I think Deathloop people are kind of just like shrugging and like, I don't know, man. I don't know if Deathloop's going to be good or not. It's the same people who made Dishonored. The game kind of looks like Dishonored, you know? And the game also was delayed a bunch of times. I don't know. I guess we're just going to have to see. Okay. Exactly. See, John Meister, that's pretty much exactly how I feel. He says, in regards to Kena Bridge of Spirits, the game looks stunning, but the gameplay might be meh. And I kind of agree. Like, I haven't seen anything in a gameplay demo of this game that's been like, wow, look at this gameplay that's going to be fun. And it's kind of like, again, similar to kind of Psychonauts. I'd say it kind of looks like a mid-2000s game that's put into a modern gameplay engine, so it looks amazing and blows you away visually. But outside of that, is this going to be a game where the gameplay will be compelling enough that you're going to want to play this game at length? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. Alright, guys. Anything else? Or are we good? Shall we take our break? Maja says, I dig the Groundhog Day genre. Oh, you mean roguelike? We should call it Groundhog Day. If people called it Groundhog Day games, I think people would understand it better than roguelike. Because what the fuck does roguelike mean? Just because there was a game called Rogue like a million years ago that played like that, and it became kind of the standing example of a game that has a resetting aspect to it, RNG aspect. Like, why do we call it Rogue? Just call it Groundhog Day. It makes more sense. Right? Roguelike, to me, I like Rogue. What is that? I think that's like a game where you're a rogue and you're like sneaking in the shadows trying to steal from people and backstab them or something. You know, I grew up in the RPG era. That's what it would have been if that's what we were talking about. So. Okay. All right, guys. I guess that's it. I'm not seeing much else. Let's take a break. All right. Everyone, take this opportunity. Grab a drink, a snack, use the restroom yourselves, whatever it is that you need to do. All right, and I'll be back shortly. And we will jump back into Psychonauts 2, one of my favorite games of this year so far. I'm excited for a major stream, 3 more hours of development in the game. All right, guys? Okay. I shall return soon. See you in a bit.